This is the vlog for November 23rd, 2018, and it's getting kind of creepy, to be perfectly honest. Let me tell you what just happened. So today has been sort of fun in an odd, unexpected sort of way. I woke up this morning and I was surfing YouTube, and I watched a very curious ad for the Lego Movie 2, the second part. And Chris Pratt introduced the ad, and he said, "Stay tuned after the ad's done for a special little treat this today only. Don't hit the skip button." I didn't know what he meant, but I took a look at the ad and I thought, oh, okay, a minute and 44 seconds long. That's pretty average for a movie trailer. But it looked formatted differently for some reason. And that's because it wasn't saying 1 minute 44 seconds. It was saying 1 hour 44 minutes, because the ad itself was the entirety of the first Lego movie. One day only, and if you just let it play, you can watch the entire thing as a YouTube ad. It's a wonderful little promotion. I love the Lego movie. I had a lot of fun seeing it back when it came out in, I want to say like 2016 or so. Might have been a little bit before that, but it was an honest surprise. It was not what I would have expected from a Lego movie. It was very honest, and in some ways it wasn't about Legos at all, but in other ways it was very much about Legos. But what was odd about the walk just now, I went over to my sister's place with my dad. My mom was already over there cooking. We went over at about a little after 5 o'clock. And I just realized what time it was and decided to excuse myself from dinner so I could come home and make this vlog. And while I was walking home, I had to cross the street, and at the corner that I kind of stepped over was one of the sewer openings as featured in Stephen King's It. If you have not read or seen any version of It, the creature that has no name but is sometimes associated with Pennywise the Dancing Clown, lures one of the first victims mentioned in the book, a young boy, to his doom through an opening into the sewer. And these are old-fashioned. This isn't technically New England, and the book is set in Maine, but it's the same idea, where it's just a thin but wide opening that the grade of the street steeply sort of opens up to let the water in, so that there's plenty of room for rushing water to enter. And I had to walk over more than one to get home, but every time I did, I was thinking, you'll float too. We all float down here, and you'll float too. I've never finished it. I've gotten 3/4 of the way through, and it is a massive book. To give you an idea of how large it is, it's actually twice as long as my novel, which is far too long to be published. It comes in at over 400,000 pages, and it has been described as the horror epic, or sometimes even the start of the epic horror genre, which is a story about an evil so broad and sometimes unfathomable, it's a hard word to pronounce, that it takes a long time to sort of build an understanding about how it can't properly be understood. It was a very ambitious book, and it was only published after King had released a number of novels and proved his mettle. Definitely not something that he could have published as his first book. And as far as my horror stories go, it is one of the most influential pieces of work I have read. I've probably borrowed just a little bit of his style when it comes to things like setting a tone or surprising the reader. But yeah, so that's been my evening. Little bit of East Coast horror to cap off my evening. Now I'm going to trudge back out into the cold so I can get within range of the Wi-Fi and upload this. So I'm Eric Spornitz, and tomorrow will be better.